Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Hanging Out for a Living. I'm your host, Teresa Oshman, and today we're honored to have Karin Gagliano with us. Karin is a loan officer. Hey, Karin. She's a loan officer at Prime Lending, where she's really has dedicated her career to helping clients navigate the world of home loans and with trust, integrity, and the keen understanding of the ever-changing real estate market. Karin takes her expertise in mortgages up a notch or two, as she also guides those looking to invest in real estate. Recently, she was featured on the hit show Negotiators Luxe, and it's a program that explores unique local real estate landscapes, celebrating the diversity of luxury living across the country. Karin, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Hi, Teresa. Hi, everybody.
Ah, so let's
Thank you
dive
for
into
having
our
me.
questions. People have reached out and they're really keen on learning about more about real estate and what you do and things like that. So let's dive into our questions. So can you share
Yeah.
with our audience how your experiences as a loan officer have shaped your understanding of the real estate investment market and how you guide your clients in these specific areas?
Oh, yeah. I kind of grew up in the real estate industry, and the fact that my dad owned like a title and abstract company, and on my in my summer months while I was in college, I would come home and work for him, and I started out by knowing what finding out what an abstract was of title, which is like an abstract is like a thick history of the land that was originally purchased, the house that was built on it,
Right.
the transfer of title to this one and that one and this one and that one, and it just became really interesting to me. And then obviously I'm more of a frontward facing individual. I'm not an accountant behind the scenes, behind a computer. So, I really want to help people. And especially first time home buyers, having been one myself, it's not, you know what you know because you're experienced and this is what you do. But borrowers and clients, when they're getting into a home, they're like clueless, so you have to and I don't want to say clueless in a bad way, but they need to know it's a huge transaction. It's very important. They need to know where they are right now and how to get to where they need to go, and they need help. And that's where my expertise of I just love what I do. First of all, helping people. Second of all, just I love the market. I love the economy. I love interest rates, kind of following all that geeky stuff. And I just kind of put it together. And that's where I am today with all of it. And the second part of your question I forgot, but
That's okay.
hopefully that answered it.
That's okay. You've done great. I love how you're able to take people from the deer in the headlights look
Mhm.
to really getting that understanding, right?
Uh,
So that's really, I love how you're able to do that. So, and we know that savvy buyers are always looking for ways to achieve their version of what I like to say an enviable life. So, in your opinion, what are some of the keys or the key factors or strategies they should consider when securing a home loan for an investment property?
right, that's what you were saying, investment. Yes.
Yeah,
Um, so every home loan, you're purchasing a home, right?
right.
And it is an investment, whether it's your primary residence, a second home vacation, or literally an investment home, which is a rental. Um, I having been over the past couple of years starting and dabbled in this, first purchasing a a house in the city where it's a long-term rental, long-term meaning year leases, annual leases,
Okay.
one year, hopefully you can get one tenant there for more than 1 year.
Right.
Um, you know, and that's income. It's passive income. I mean, you have to have money to purchase the home because if it's an investment property, there really aren't any home buyer programs for investors, so
okay.
you can't get into an investment property with 3% down, like you can if you're a first time home buyer. So
Sure.
you have to have savings, and you have to have what's called reserves, which is money for a rainy day.
Yeah.
So the banks, the lenders are assessing risk. Obviously, renters are not as, they don't take care of the home as much. So
Sure.
God forbid something happens, when something breaks or anything like that, the bank wants to know that you have money set aside so that you don't default on your mortgage,
Yeah.
because let's just say, not every tenant is in the home for a whole year. So there's usually a vacancy period,
Okay.
whether you're cleaning it up for the next tenant or you're just not getting anybody to rent it. So there are months where you won't get income. And, how do you pay your mortgage? You got to make sure you have it. So that's
Yeah.
what, investing in real estate is awesome. But you gotta know, I mean, there are pros and then there are cons, and I don't want to say cons, but there's challenges, and you have to
Absolutely.
be okay with. It's not for everybody.
Not for the faint of heart. So I
Yeah.
hope, folks, that you're taking some notes, and Karen knows what she's talking about. And also, after we're done here, you'll find the contact information for Karen in the description of this interview. So let's bounce over to
Oh, wait, can I say
nego-
one thing though,
Sure.
before we do that? So I was talking about long-term rentals, then there's these short-term rentals. Now, short-term is like, think of your Airbnb, your VRBO,
Okay.
your
Yeah.
vacation, you have a house on the lake and you're renting it out for periods of like a week or a weekend. So
Okay.
that being said, if you're going to be an investor of that sort, you're going to have to furnish the home. When somebody leaves, you're going to have somebody clean it, you
Right.
know? And there might be periods of time where there be more gaps because a lot of vacationers like to vacation on the weekends. So you got a
Ah,
whole week, it's just, so reach out to me if you have any questions about it.
absolutely. Yeah, you never think about
Sorry.
those things though, right?
Yeah.
So about all the nuances and the things that go into it. Thank God for you. When I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I
wow.
dabbled in it.
Yeah, and you've learned so much. So you're able to actually speak from firsthand experience, right?
I try.
Which makes a huge difference than
I,
someone who has, maybe learned it out of a textbook or something,
yeah,
yeah, makes a massive difference.
I agree. I agree.
Absolutely.
Okay, sorry.
So we're going to switch gears really quick to Negotiators Luxe. And so, one of the unique aspects of Negotiators Luxe is the show's exploration of redefined luxury living. So, how does your work intersect with this idea? And how do you see the concept of luxury
Mhm,
evolving in the real estate market?
mhm. Um, so okay, so luxury can mean anything to
True.
anybody. We want to kick things up a notch. And you're seeing a lot of homes on the market that are staged where you're not a seller's not just putting a for sale sign outside of their house and keeping all their family pictures up and all the clutter in the corners. What they're doing is they're taking these homes, real estate agents, with their sellers, and they're staging them to look pristine so that when you walk right in, you can imagine yourself living there, instead of seeing, Susie Q and, Bobby on the
I
wall.
know.
Um, so as far as the show is concerned, it's a lifestyle and real estate show where we feature homes that are like that, in niches, like in cute communities. I've chosen the Finger Lakes because it's right in our, I mean,
Right
it's,
back. Yeah,
we have I think one of the greatest wonders,
we
how
do.
many wonders of the world are there? I think this one would be 8.
That's right.
Because
I agree.
it's just gorgeous of all the history. and the more you know about the neighborhoods, the communities, and the restaurants, though, that's life, and you want to be able to show people what that's like, and maybe they'll contact you, maybe they'll just want to move to there, maybe they'll want to go on vacation, but it's just, for me, it's just taking my business a little bit to the next level, and showcasing the beautiful areas of New York.
Absolutely. The Finger Lakes region, folks, if you've never been, you have to visit. And my favorite time is the fall, but that's just a personal thing.
Yeah.
It's just ablaze with color. And I've often heard people refer to it as, so we said the Finger Lakes, right? And I don't know, Karen, if you've heard of it, but I've heard of it being said that it's God's handprint on New York. Because if you look at
Oh,
it, it looks like, I don't know, it
yeah,
just,
it does. Well, yeah, the fingers. Yep.
yeah, it looks like that. So anyway, just total sidebar there. So,
No, that's true.
so
That's how I'm sure that people that are not in the area or in another state, they probably never heard of the Finger Lakes, and they're probably like, "Why fingers?" Well, that's
there you go. But you've got to, folks, you got to check it out. I mean, our wine country, you can attest to that. I mean,
Oh,
wow, we're really giving California a run for their money. And you've
yes,
got to come and
yes,
experience it yourself.
yes,
So, I want to
that's right.
respect your time, Karen. So we'll get into the fourth question.
Yes.
And so finally, would you mind sharing one of your favorite experiences or unique challenges while filming a segment for Negotiators Luxe? And what kind of insights did you gain from that experience?
Oh gosh. So I've only done it. We've only filmed once. Well,
Okay,
actually twice. We want it to be a good balance of a home, real estate,
sure,
walking into one of these homes and pretending that you're living there, showcasing it. And
sure.
then the other is, the community and the history. And I visited a winery. Um, um, you know, as far as challenges, it's a lot to coordinate.
I
I
bet.
have to reach out to business owners, just ask if I can come into their restaurant, or and then get them on camera, or if I go to like a museum, you got to find people that want to to do this.
Sure,
um and same thing with real estate agents. You have to ask the homeowner if the house is for sale. Obviously you have to ask the homeowner if we can go into the house.
right,
um so those are kind of like some challenges, and it's also an investment in my self.
right.
So it's and in my time, so it takes away from some of my work. However, I love piling on work. I think I got a problem. I may need to go to workers and Alcoholics
Workers
Anonymous
enough.
or
But
something.
I'll tell you something,
But
Carrie, knowing you like I know you, you juggle that really well. You really, really do. I've
I
never
don't know. I
known you to
just,
drop
yeah,
the
pile it
ball.
on.
Yeah,
But thank you. But yeah, so it's going to be great. But yeah, I mean, there's expenses, and no huge roadblocks just yet. I try to see if I can get through, and if one avenue doesn't work, you head in a different direction and find someone else
exactly.
to do it.
Exactly, exactly. No, it sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, there's still like a lot of moving pieces, but
Yeah.
it
You
sounds
have to
like
tune
you do.
in. It's gonna air like probably maybe even in August when this airs.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Well, we'll get it.
perfect.
Absolutely. And if people don't catch it when it airs, I'm sure they can get a rerun of it sometime.
Oh yeah, it's on
Yeah, right.
24/7 on the app. Yep.
Absolutely. So, folks, this will wrap it up. Karen, we can't thank you enough for sharing your expertise and insights
Thank
with us
you.
today, and your
Thank you.
passion for guiding clients through the home loan process, coupled with your extensive knowledge of the real estate market, has been truly enlightening. We're certain our audience appreciates your candidness and professional advice. Um,
Awesome.
for those who wish to keep the conversation with Karen or seek her expertise for their home loan needs, you can find her contact information, as I said earlier, in the description of this interview. And hey, also, don't forget to catch her on Negotiators Luxe, as she mentioned, for an in-depth view of the vibrant real estate landscapes across the country. And in our case, it's the Finger Lakes. Go Google it if you haven't yet. Um, right. So anyway, thank you all for joining us on this episode of Hanging Out for a Living. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep dreaming about the home that's perfect for you. Thanks again, Karin. Bye,
Thanks,
everybody.
Teresa. You're so sweet.
Bye.